Hi, I'm Maria George, and in this video, I'm going to talk about storytelling. What is storytelling and what is the difference between storytelling and reading? And then I'm going to tell you a story. So what is storytelling? Well, storytelling, according to the National Storytelling Network, is the interactive art of using words and actions to reveal the elements and images of a story while encouraging the listener's imagination. So with storytelling, all you need is a story and someone who is willing to tell that story. So what is the difference between storytelling and reading? Well, with storytelling, you need to focus on speaking and maintaining eye contact with the audience. And then the audience develops good listening skills because they have to listen closely to the story. And because they're listening closely to the story and there is no book involved, that it becomes a more personal experience, that what they're imagining from what you're telling them through the story, they can visualize it. So as you probably guessed, then the difference between storytelling and reading is that reading requires a book. And there are wonderful books out there, and so it's easier to read. You can have a book with you, you focus on the words and the pictures of the book. Whereas with a story, you have to have a story ready in your mind that you can tell. And so it's great to have a few stories in your pocket, especially when teaching children, because you can use those anytime. You don't have to find the book where you want to tell that story to, but you have a story in your mind. And if the child or the children are waiting, say maybe they're waiting for lunch to be served and lunch is delayed for any reason, you can pull out a story and tell them about a story that you are familiar with or that they might want to listen to. Let me tell you the story about the wind and the sun. So the wind and the sun were having a discussion one day about strength. And the wind said, "I am strong. I have great strength." And the sun argued that sometimes you can have great strength through gentleness. And so they discussed back and forth who was the stronger one. So the sun said, "Hey, let's have a competition." So they looked down on the road and they saw this man, and he was wearing a warm winter coat. "So as a test of strength," said the sun, "let's see who can get the man to take off his coat first." So the wind said, "I can do this. I'll just force it off of him." So he took a deep breath and he blew. He blew so hard that the birds were clinging to the trees and the dust and the leaves were swirling all around. And the man, all he did was he tightened his jacket. And the wind took another deep breath and blew his hardest. But now the birds were flung off the trees and there's more even dust and wind flying around. And the man, all he did was just tighten his coat and just hold on to his jacket. Then the sun came out from behind the clouds. And the sun warmed the frosty air and the ground beneath. And then this man started to unbutton his jacket. And the sun grew brighter and brighter. And the man started to feel warmer and warmer. And so he took off his coat and sat in a shady spot. "How did you do that?" said the wind. "It was easy," said the sun. "I warmed the day, and through gentleness, I got my way." So I hope that you have a couple stories in your pocket so that you can pull them out to entertain children or adults.